Today, Jen, the sexy star of Dawson's Creek, actress Michelle Williams. And it's raining men on Lives of Beach Week. We've got the hottest new bathing suits guaranteed to keep your man cool this summer. Plus, the sensational Paul Anka sings a duet with his daughter. All next on Live.
What has
Now here are Kathie and Pat Sajak.
What do we do? Yeah, right. Yeah, thanks.
Hi, everybody. It's Tuesday, June 15th. Back by popular demand. Regis is on vacation. Is Pat Sajak.
It was high demand. Lives of Beach.
And Lives the Beach. That's exactly right. Well, welcome back. Were you exhausted after your first day here yesterday?
I survived day one, and I survived evening one, too.
You know, this is why Regis and I rarely spend any time together away from the show, because then we have nothing to talk about the next day.
Right.
Pat and his beautiful wife, Leslie, and their two adorable children. I wanted to make sure that they really were his kids. We invited them up to our house last night, and you all got up there about what time?
We got up there about 4:30 and left several bottles of wine, several hours later.
I don't want to say anything, but the man has a little problem.
No.
You
know, wine is...
Not me, of course.
No,
it's all Pat.
No, you were great. It was the cork genie who kept taking the thing.
Yes.
You know, it's funny about wine, because if I put it in a paper sack and stand on a street corner and do a few bottles...
People give you money.
Yeah. But you do it at home at Kathie Lee's, oh, we're sophisticated, we're this, we're that, and we open... Yeah, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you get a little sunshine heating down on you, too, right? Is that why you got naked and hung from my chandelier?
I was wearing a thong. Now, don't...
Actually...
Don't get carried away.
Should we introduce your beautiful family right now? They're over there. There's Leslie. Look at this gorgeous wife.
Oh, my goodness. There's Leslie and Patrick and Maggie. There you go. Hi, guys. Okay.
And you know, isn't she gorgeous? All us Maryland girls are just gorgeous.
I know. As I looked at your kids and looked at our kids, I thought, you know, the four of us have a pretty good gene pool.
You know what? We couldn't tell which kids were which from the back. They all looked all blonde and blue-eyed, and I guess we might as well say now that they're our children. We might as well just say
yeah, that's
right
an announcement we want to hear.
No, but it was so much fun. It was fun to watch the way kids scope out other kids.
It takes a while. It's a little sort of a process where they kind of pace around.
Adults are immediately insincere. Oh, it's so nice to meet you. You know? Children are a lot more honest. They wait to be nice. They wait to make sure that it's somebody they want to be nice to, you know? And then they just got along so fabulously.
It was great fun. You know, Frank was nice enough to show Patrick around some of the trophies and the great moments from his career.
That took about 4 hours.
No, it was a quick tour, and Patrick was very impressed. I'm the one who kept holding up the tour. Patrick would say, I want to see the next trophy. I said, no, I want to touch the MVP thing. I was rubbing it in.
Most of them are in the garage. But, I mean, and then they're next to Frank's huge ones are Cody's, it says Cody's stuff. Was his little sign still there? Yeah. His pitiful little first swimming trophy.
Was it pitiful?
You know, it's pitiful. even Cody says so. But I got to talk to you about one thing.
You have a purple bag there.
No, I have something. I mean, you and Leslie are really wonderful and fun people, but you've got to learn to stop bringing presents that are just nothing but annoying. This thing drove me so crazy last night.
We brought this over. I don't know what possessed us. It's a dancing cactus.
Now watch.
Well, we have to be quiet for a moment. Let us finish it. Okay.
So, during Kathie time, when you finally left around 9:30, you liked it at my house, didn't you? You were checking out the guest suite for next time, weren't you?
We just want you to adopt us. That's all. That's all. We don't eat much. We'll live in the little toy house. Everything will be fine.
Loved having you, and you are always welcome anytime you. Frank doesn't like many people. He said that Pat Sajak's a really great guy.
Well, I'm honored to be a manly man.
Frank liked Pat Sajak.
You know,
he's a great cook, isn't he, too?
He's great. He's great on the grill. We went an entire day yesterday.
Yeah, tell us about your day in New York.
Well, before I do that, I just want to, because everyone was scolding me yesterday as we talked, that we didn't mention, I know you'll be thrilled when I bring this up, the New York Knicks.
I said it to you afterwards. I said, you know, you and I should have brought up the Knicks. Remember that? Of course, they did win the I guess there was the semifinals, and they're in the finals.
They're in the finals.
I'm afraid to clap.
No. Yeah, don't clap. This guy here.
Stupid cactus, although it goes with Gelman's stupid hats, which he still wants us to put on.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So, yeah, congratulations to the New York Knicks. And is it the San Antonio Spurs?
The San Antonio Spurs. They're a great team, and the Knicks are a hot team. It should be a very good series, and it starts tomorrow. And we wish, you know, now here's a story you will be interested in with the Knicks, was that Allen Houston, now this is, what a 24 hours. He scored 32 points in the semifinals.
Which
Allen
team
Houston,
does he play for?
The Knicks.
Okay.
New York. They're a local team. They play
I know
here.
the Knicks. I just don't know all of them personally.
And, and the next morning, his wife had a child. Isn't that a,
that
isn't that a beautiful
great.
24 hours? Are we happy about that?
That is wonderful.
Can I mention something else? You know, when you live in New York, you probably get, well, you're a bad person to say this next sentence, so I was going to say you probably get used to the New York papers, but
Never.
maybe you don't. But, you know, the headlines and all that stuff.
Yes.
But to an outsider, it seems positively bizarre when you walk past the newsstands and you see... Now, there's a story, this is a sad story, I don't mean to make light of it, but a gentleman passed away on the subway system of New York City and sat there for 5 hours before anyone took note of this fact. Now, only in New York will you have this headline. What is that?
I've been around here so long I didn't even look at it twice. It was like, of course it was dead man writing. Why wouldn't it be dead man writing? You know, that's a sorry fact when you've been here so long that doesn't bother you. You know?
I know.
Now, did the Post outdo them? Because usually they fight one another to outdo them.
It's Kosovo on the front page.
Oh, really?
And of course,
The New York Post has got Kosovo on the front. I'm very proud of them.
And someday when it's all over, we'll decide whether it's Kosovo or Kosovo.
Well, and yeah, or Kosovo. Every time the president says it, Kosovo. Kosovo.
Yeah, well.
You know, we're praying and feeling your pain in Kosovo.
Remember, President.
And I'm on the treadmill going, I really want to know if he's saying Kosovo or saying the Kosovar people, but the way Southerners sometimes do, taking off the R.
It could be. President Bush used to call it Saddam. Remember Saddam Hussein?
Saddam.
We're going to get Saddam Hussein.
Saddam. Right.
But President Kennedy talked about Cuba. So everybody has their little quirks.
That must say something about anybody who wants to be president in this country.
We were talking about Maryland yesterday.
Yes.
Your home and my wife's home, and we spent a lot of time there, and we talked about crabs.
Yes.
Are we doing something with it? I heard rumors.
Well, this is what you do. Once you have read the newspapers and decided what part of it you're going to believe and what part you're not, then you take it over to a table like this, and you spread it out, and you use it for the greatest thing that God ever made, which is a blue crab from the Chesapeake Bay in Maryland. And you just have a ball. I think we're going to do that right after our trivia.
Good. So we're actually,
but I wonder if Leslie would like to help me with that. Do you think that you're a better crab picker than I am, Leslie?
Well, maybe.
She married me.
That's good. That was good.
Do your children know how to eat crabs yet? Because my kids still find them, in their words, gross or yucky.
They sort of like them.
Okay, because I know Patrick has a pretty eclectic taste bud.
Yes.
Yeah,
Patrick likes some strange
maybe
things.
Leslie can help out after we do the...
Okay.
And we should point out that the crabs died humanely. We put them on a subway for 5 hours. We got to hurry because at this moment, Mary Tyler Moore is getting in a cab.
And I love Mary Tyler Moore, but she does have a thing about the shellfish and that famous lobster. I think she saved the lobster.
Taxi, ABC, quick.
No, I love Mary. She's great. All right, we got a really eclectic, speaking of eclectic, show for you today. Paul Anka is going to be here singing with his daughter, Anthea. He does have quite a body of work, and that's the name of his, I think, his 163rd or 23rd album. 23rd, I think. 123rd album.
That's amazing. I don't own 123 albums.
You know, it's unbelievable. And he has written over 900 songs, and he's truly an amazing man.
And he's going to do all 900 on this show.
Yes. It's an Anka marathon.
There you go.
And a very, very talented young lady. Michelle Williams is her name. She's known for her role on Dawson's Creek, but she's in her I guess her second theatrical play right now, and she's gone from playing the Green Fairy. Now remember, the Green Fairy in a production of not Snow White. Who's the one that fell asleep?
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty. The Green Fairy in Sleeping... Whatever. That's not the guy on the subway. I'm talking... That's... Yeah. She's gone from playing the Green Fairy to being nude on Broadway in something called, yes, Killer Joe. Now, I'd say that's quite a segue.